What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Perfect timing for you, Core Buttman. I'm sorry, I can't say your name so far. I'm not really the best at saying people's names. Obviously, if you guys have been paying attention to this show very often, that's just part of the game when it comes to talking to old Jordane. So far, so good. I'm good. I'm at my favorite. I get to see my favorite wrestler. That is very sweet, Michigan girl. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that, and I'm saying hello to everybody on the Instagram. And what's up, guys? Core Boatman, how are you? Just in time. Let's go. Let's do it. It's Friday, boys. It's Friday. Hey, Paul, excited to see you next month in Barnesville. Yes, Barnesville is coming up very soon, so we have less than a month. Less than a month for Barnesville, Georgia, which is going to be a fun time. Let's see. Fine, I will watch. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for joining us on the show. And I know. I messed with you a little bit earlier by having that YouTube go off because you know I had one of the little silly videos that I've been posting on there, and it was a little bit harder to keep up with. But that's okay, Laura. We're here now. Just Jordane is here. Just Jordane has his alcoholic beverage and his non-alcoholic beverage, and we're ready to get started. We're getting ready to rock and roll, and we're going to get down on a Friday night. I'm yelling into my apartment, and I don't think that people are going to like it. I don't think they're going to be happy about it. But I don't give a shit. It is what it is, right? This Friday, guys. It's Friday. What do y'all want to do? Yo, who's the best Dudley besides Devon and Budley? Spike. Yo, who's the best Dudley besides? I answered it, but I have to. If I could read properly, and I've already drank one of these, so I probably am not able to drink. This is the drunk cast tonight. Yo, who's the best Dudley besides Devon and Bubba? I say Spike Dudley, though I did like Big Dick Dudley. Big Dick Dudley was great. Sign Guy Dudley was pretty damn good, too. He was just more entertaining, and he always had the little inside jokes that he would put in, and people would have, like, Vince fears Paul, or Vince fears ECW, or WWE fears ECW. You know, the whole that whole deal. Damn, man, I can't. Could I square this up without having Mancat? Oh, wait. I think Mancat's at the wrong spot. I think that's what it is. I think I figured it out, guys. That's been the problem this whole time. I've been wondering why I can't square myself up properly and still have Mancat showing. Mancat showing now, the shirt's not showing. You see, I gotta one day, whenever I get some time, I'm gonna actually organize this shit to where it's all like it looks like it's put together like that, you know. Was watching Smackdown, so I wasn't on my phone to get the notification. I'm glad that you joined, though. Can you tell the difference between the two the two? They look similar, or is it a roulette? Which one are you talking about? I got to go with Big Dick Dudley. Yeah, I like Big Dick Dudley, but I like I'm way more of a Spike Dudley guy because Spike Dudley was one of those really tiny, smaller wrestlers who still figured out how to get over and how to get the crowd to react to his stuff. And you know, I mean, if you're familiar with Spike Dudley's work, then you know and you understand like the pain that this guy put himself through because he's known for like such those horrible crazy bumps that some of the guys would be taking, especially back in the ECW days. You see Mike Awesome and Spike Dudley in the same ring. That's going to be fun. But there's a spoiler alert too because you already know what's going to happen. Mike Awesome's going to throw this poor guy across the building, across all over the damn place because he's just too damn big. He's way too damn big. It's just too much. It's too much for any normal human being to be able to handle. But yet, here they are handling it. The drinks can tell you. The drinks can tell the difference on it in a roulette. Spike was amazing. I don't know if I can read or if y'all are just messing with me. Got thrown into the crowd almost weekly. Yeah, right, exactly. But it was cool, though, and those are pretty safe bumps that he was taking too. You know, getting thrown into the crowd often like that. It's just so crazy. Bernie, what's up, Bernie man? Oh yeah, also Dudley. I forgot about Dudley. Dudley's a good one too. There were so many Dudleys. I love the Dudley. It's so funny because if you're only familiar with the WWE Dudley boys, you're not gonna know too much more about the actual group of the Dudleys, because the Dudleys were they were a great group. They were a great group. And speaking of alcohol, have you guys ever had Friday nights or Saturday nights when you were partying with your friends and all that other good stuff, and you did a keg stand? Why is a keg stand a thing? I don't understand the keg stand. What the hell is a keg? Why do people do keg stands? What's the point of it? What's I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Over there, checking back on the Instagram. Hi, I'm watching my favorite wrestler and WWE SmackDown wrestling. I'm competing with SmackDown. There we go. Maybe I should talk about SmackDown a little bit on the show so that we can get on some of their algorithms. We can get some of the SmackDown traffic. I'm messing up a lot, but you still can't read. Yeah, it's a combination of both of us. Us as a team's not working out very well tonight because I can't read and you can't write, and it is what it is. But we're going to get through it. It's all fun. It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. It's because you are too jacked to fit everything else in the screen. Thank you, Laura. You damn right. That's true. Here, let me flex for you guys now. I'm going to flex for you guys before that other weirdo comes and starts asking me if I have abs and shit like that. I mean, fucking Captain Obvious. Get on my Instagram. Get on all my other social medias if you don't know. If you follow the show often and you don't know who I am, what I am, and all this other good shit, and you're gonna ask me dumb questions on the actual stream, maybe do a little bit of research or find somebody else that you're more interested in, because you're obviously not that interested. Yeah, that exactly. Dudley, Spudley Dudley. Dudley Dudley, Snot Dudley, Chubby Dudley with his bucket of chicken or popcorn, dances with Dudley, Bubba Ray, along with Big Dick, original group indeed. Very original. And then, the Dudleys. Where did the Dudleys name come from? Dudley Do Right? And then you just take it and then you put everybody in their little tie-dye and put him out there. Give Bubba a stutter at first so he can't actually have conversations, you know? Oh, you said the keg stand is to get drunk faster. But how does it get drunk? How do you get drunk faster if you're upside down? That doesn't make sense to me. Because you're drinking it downward, but gravity's pointing you upward and you're keg standing. I don't get it. And I always seen people do it, but I guess it was a competitive thing for people. People would like to do that type of stuff, but I never really got it. But I wasn't really much of a drinker either. I never drank until I was 27, and I never actually got drunk until I was 28, almost 29. So I didn't drink. I don't have a lot of experience drinking anyway, and that's why whenever you would see Jimmy and I talking on our Friday night tries. When we would get into the alcoholic drink shit, I don't know, man. I just know that I like some drinks and I don't like other drinks. I like Orange Crushes; those taste good. I like some seltzer beers, but other than that, I don't really get into it that much. I don't really care about it that much, you know. It's sure, it makes you feel good when you drink it, but I can feel good on my own sometimes too. Yeah, just go play with yourself, right? Oh, what's up? Allison has finally joined us. Allison, I've been waiting for you. I know it's a little bit later than normal, but you are here, and we're ready to go. We're ready to get started now, even though we've been started for a little while, but can't really complain about that. Coming out to Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell. I wrestled down at the in Alabama, Dothan. Actually, this was before I started wrestling. It was one of my high school friends and I. We took a trip up to Dothan, Alabama to see an independent wrestling show while I was in high school. And this high school had Lex Luger versus Rick Steiner. And I know that I've talked about this match before, but Lex Luger came out to Highway to Hell. Oh, actually, no, Bernie, I'm sorry. He didn't come out to Highway to Hell. He came out to Hell's Bells. Hell's Bells is a pretty damn good one, too. You know, so it is what it is. Let's see. All changed when they introduced the illegitimate half-brother named Devon, and the rest was history. The rest was history, exactly. How about the Bushwhackers? They were in the Dudleys. The Bushwhackers were good. I like the Bushwhackers. I wasn't really a huge fan of the Bushwhackers, though. You know, it's just I like the Dudleys because they were more my time. The Bushwhackers with their silly walk and kind of like their silly gimmicky. Characters I wasn't really too into, but I did like the Bushwhackers before they did the WWE gimmicky stuff. They were like more intense, as you could say. So I did like a good bit of them. Laura, your regulars know you are a sissy drinker. Exactly. I don't have to explain it to the regulars. The regulars know. They know what's up. Buttman, when I looked you up, I saw a pic of someone with a weird version of the ECW title. Was that you? Possibly. I worked for a company when I first started. It was my friend's company, and he had a replica ECW title when he first started it. So we broke into the business together when we were in high school, and I went all over the place wrestling, and he was down in Florida, and he was building up the promotion. But his first title belt was an ECW title belt. So he took the actual ECW title belt, and he put like ECW, or no, he etched out the ECW and put NHW, which is New Heights Wrestling, on it. If it was me, it would have been me wearing that weird ECW championship with like a sleeveless black shirt and maybe like a white tie, possibly. I was doing a gimmick at the time. And actually it goes into COVID because he was more of a germaphobe, so I would spray sanitizer all over the rings and do that type of gimmick. I don't think I wore a mask though. I don't think I went that far with it, but that was that's possibly me with a weird ECW title as my drink. I am too. I drink very minimal. Yeah, it is what it is. I get it. Jimmy's the big drinker, so Jimmy, whenever we finally get him back in here, he'll he obviously can throw him back, and he does what he does. But that goes without saying. Yes, Allison, I'm glad you're here. Awesome. That now we, like I said earlier, we can really get started with the show, and we can keep things going as they will. Well, the sheep herders, but I know them more as the bushwhackers. Yeah, exactly, the sheep herders. The what are they? Australian or New Zealand? Is that what they are? Australia or New Zealand, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I don't know. I do like the Dudleys though. The Dudleys were one of my favorites growing up. I'm trying to think of any of the other tag teams that I liked. Obviously, the Steiner brothers were one of my favorites growing up. I loved the Steiner brothers. The Dungeon of Doom was pretty interesting. I remember being a kid and then thinking that everything betrayed me when Hulk Hogan joined the Dungeon of Doom, and then he tore it off and he had the old red and yellow there, and I was like, yeah, real Hogan. And then he joined the NWO, and then it was all history. It was all history. I remember Luger's first babyface song after turning on the Horsemen and getting turned on by Wyndham was from Creepshow 2. Really? During the Blob story, loved that entrance song. I got to look that up now. That's so fascinating. I got to look that up, Bernie. That was their entrance music? Or Luger's entrance music? I guess they could use that music back then. It must not, or maybe it didn't have any like copyrights on it or something like that. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. Core Buttman, I always wanted to get my head licked, but was never in the crowd. Yeah, everybody wanted to get their head licked when the Bushwhackers were around, man, and they did that wild walk, and I did. I know I just said I didn't like. I liked them when I was a lot younger, and then as I got older, I fell off from them. And as I got older, I liked Ric Flair, but I hated him when I was young. And then I loved Hulk Hogan when I was young, and then I hated him when I got older. But now I love him again. I completely love Hulk Hogan again. Believe that. Always believe that. But I was thinking that whole, Fridays, everybody goes and parties. And I looked up because I was wondering, like, what's the point of a keg stand? And Michigan Girl over there said that the point of the keg stand is to get you more drunk. And I tried to look it up. And all I could find is on the internet. And you guys know how the internet is. I was looking up on the internet trying to find out, like, what's the point of a keg stand, and it literally is just a competition to see who can drink upside down as possible. That's all it is. And now that makes sense, though, because every time I would see somebody doing a keg stand, when they finished doing the keg stand, they'd always spit up some alcohol, you know. So I guess that makes sense. Kind of not really worth it at that point, you know. It seems like a shit game, if you ask me. I know you're not asking me, but that's all I want. Bernie said, "Yeah, back before the damn copyright stuff." Exactly. Yeah, because everybody could come out. They could come out to so many different songs back in the day. It was so fucking cool. Or get Brett's shades or Hogan's shirt. I would have liked Brett's shades or Hogan's shirt. I would have liked a lot of them. Core Buttman, do you hear everything over there on Twitch? Because Colin says he doesn't hear anything, and but we're getting sound everywhere else. So how are you looking over there, Buttman? Do you is the audio working pretty well? I can double check as well, but I don't know if Colin is telling the truth or not. And we always have to double check these people because you never trust people just straight off the internet now. You can't just trust everybody now. You know that. You guys know that for sure. But you know, yeah, the keg stand's not very interesting though. I thought it would be like an interesting topic to talk about, but then the deeper I got into it, it was just Americans like to do it. That's all it is. They just like to do it. I hear fine, but I'm wearing one earphone. Oh, I got you. Yeah, you got it. You're pulling double duty tonight, baby. Pulling double duty. What's going on Smackdown? Anything interesting? We were losing it on YouTube, but now it's back. Okay, good. As long as here, let me make sure that the audio is still okay. We were down just okay. The gain was down. The game was down just a little bit, so hopefully, I think that we're good now. And a lot of times, I'll let the mic kind of get out of my way. You know, just stay near the mic. I try to stay near the mic. I pull it back and forth, but you guys know how complicated that can be with me sometimes. Oh, disgusting. What's up, guys, over there on Instagram? I hope you all are having a good Friday night. We're just hanging out, having a few drinks. Normally, I have my prep sheet. I have my prep sheet here, and I do have some stories to share, but I'm not sharing them tonight. We don't have. These are going to be saved for next week. Next week, we're going to be rolling, and we're going to be. I got a lot of stuff for next week. But for this week, I just wanted to make sure that we finished off the week very strong, very well, because this was a really good week, guys. We've experienced a lot of growth, especially over on Twitch and YouTube. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Our goal for YouTube, getting up to 250 subscribers, so we're almost there. We're at like 243, so we're almost there. And we want to get up to 50 on Twitch, but we're only at 16 there. So we got a little bit of a hill to climb. And then Facebook's always up and down. So it's hard to tell with Facebook. Facebook's a little bit more complicated to tell if you're actually getting some stuff from it or not. So, but I do appreciate you guys joining and letting us know how much you guys enjoy the show, because anytime that you're here, it lets us know that you're enjoying the show. So this is always fun, and you know, I'm having a blast doing all this stuff. You know, Kayla is interviewing Rollins. Not that interesting. She and the Hurricane were on earlier. Hurricane Shane Helms. Hurricane. That'd be interesting. Edge. Damn you, autocorrect. Oh, Edge. Oh, Edge and Hurricane. Hurricane. Let me revise that we're on Smackdown. Was that Hurricane Helms? Is Hurricane Helms back there and I had no idea? Theory also is that people feel like you might get drunk quicker because the blood is rushing to your head at the same time. So like you're getting the alcohol into your bloodstream and then you're sending your bloodstream faster to your head. That makes sense. If you explain it that way, that makes sense. I get that then. Yeah, I get how that could be it. And Mighty Molly and Hurricane Shane. That's wild shit. What the hell is going on SmackDown? What the hell is going on SmackDown? They're bringing them back. Was that like a surprise? Have they been back regularly and I've just been missing this? Is this one of those things that I should have been paying attention to and I haven't been? Seems like I should be paying closer attention if old Shane Helms is coming back. So what do you think about Christian signing with AEW? We did talk about this a couple of days ago, but we can cover it a little bit more because we're doing a little bit of the weekend review. So the weekend review, Christian Cage did join AEW, Molly Holly's fame, Hall of Fame of 2021. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea. That's fucking cool though. Good for Molly Holly, man. Good for her. She deserves it, especially Molly Holly. Bernie, back off a furlough a couple of months back. He's back being producer for NXT brand, I believe. That's awesome, man. Oh, I didn't even realize he was a producer, so that makes sense then. All of that makes sense then. So he's already available anyway. So that's cool though. It was probably a one-time thing, but it was a one-time thing. If he's a producer or an agent backstage, he's probably there anyway. And I always love wrestlers having legitimate work. I love wrestlers having legitimate jobs because it's tough out here for us, man. It's not like this isn't a complete full-time job. You can't just join it and then just start making money right off the bat. It takes a long time to build it up and get yourself to that point. Back off furlough. Yep, I did that one. Well, I always, and this is Laura, I always make sense. You do always. Well, unless I walk 3 miles on an injured ankle. Yeah, that's the point. But you got to be careful. You know, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't sometimes. And that's just part of the game, Laura. You know that. That's just part of the game. I think it was a one-time thing. Yeah, hopefully it was hopefully, I don't give a shit. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Who knows? WWE banned thigh slaps. You think they will sign with AEW? Do I think thigh slaps will sign with AEW? What are you talking about? Who will sign with AEW? Who will sign with AEW, Buttman? Oh man, my damn hold on guys. Sorry guys. My comments are backed up. All right, thigh slaps. So yeah, hit me with that, Buttman. I don't know what you mean by that. Thigh slaps. Do you think they will sign with AEW? That was from their Wednesday morning Bump online show. I gotcha. Hey, Paul, excited to see you next month in Barnesville. Those are old comments. Why am I getting old comments now? They have all sorts of guests here. Let me restart it. Sorry, guys. My comments are messing up right now, and I don't know exactly what the hell's going on with them. But okay, now it looks like we're back. We're back now. Hall of Fame. That was from there. Okay, I'm going to have to go to it manually. Sorry, guys. I got to go to it manually and check. All right, let's see here. Buttman, you think Thigh Slaps will sign with AEW? Who is Thigh Slaps? WWE banned Thigh Slaps. Do you think they will sign with AEW? I think Thigh Slaps have been in AEW this whole time anyway. And since they're not going to be in WWE anymore, they're most definitely going to be in AEW. Trust me on that, Buttman. Trust me on that. You're definitely going to be seeing Thigh Slaps all in and around AEW. But the thing is, I understand why WWE doesn't want Thigh Slaps there, because at a certain point you desensitize the crowd to that noise that happens every time you kick. So every time you kick, you desensitize them and you have that sound, so they become to expect the sound. If they expect the sound, it takes away the surprise and it takes away that ooh, that ah moment. So they're trying to protect their guys, and they're trying to set in a few rules so that people don't go too cray-cray. You think Thigh Slaps will sign with AEW? I do. Most powerful champions in all of wrestling. Hogan, Undertaker, and he's going to say Brock Lesnar. Watch. Yep, back before they had all sorts of guests from current and former stars from time to time. Oh, that was from their morning bump show. Okay, now I think I'm catching up with the comments now. Sorry, guys. Your comments had a brain fart. My comments had a complete brain fart, and they still haven't all came back yet. Okay, I think they did now. Oh, number one is vacant. number one is always vacant. That's like whenever you see a wrestling show and it says card subject to change. Every card is subject to change. It's always subject to change, because you know why? Professional wrestlers I would say that they're not very responsible, a lot of them. And it's hard to make sure that they get there on time. Or sometimes they can be pissy and they'll no-show just because they're being pissy. So you have to say card subject to change, because most wrestlers probably don't even show up to the damn show that they wanted to be booked in anyway. So it's very complicated trying to get people to be on a show that they don't even want to be on, but they say that they want to be on. They get themselves booked on it, and then so everything's subject to change. So you never know. So the vacant is That's the only thing that you can worry about because, who's going to be champion next? We're going to put it in vacant. We're going to put it on vacant because vacant's always there. We know vacant's always there. Don't worry about vacant. Vacant is always a great champion. It's a great spot for a champion. Bernie, vacant is the most decorated champions in history of wrestling. Yep. Vacant is the best, is one of the most decorated champions in the history of wrestling. Thigh slaps is probably number 4 out of the most champions ever. Vacant's number 1. Undertaker and Hogan, number 2 and 3. I get that. But number 4 is definitely thigh slaps. Thigh slaps, you can't look anywhere without seeing thigh slaps. Thigh slaps is more over. You see, thigh slaps gets more exposure than any professional wrestler. I would argue even more so than Hulk Hogan and or The Undertaker. That's just on me. Don't put me under the bus, guys. Don't get me canceled for this. Don't go out there and get me canceled for this. Surprised he isn't in the Hall of Fame. Me too. Vacant is a hard worker and he deserves it. He definitely deserves it. She. Thank you, Bernie. She never loses. Vacant just gets replaced all the time. Vacant gets replaced, but Vacant is always there. So when like another wrestler is finished with their run, guess what happens? Vacancy comes up. Run, you need to hook up with Big Time Wrestling. They are awesome company and travel. I've wrestled for Big Time Wrestling down in Maryland. I've wrestled for them up in, I think I did wrestle for them in Rhode Island one time too. So I have wrestled for Big Time Wrestling a couple of times. So that's, you know, Laura, that might not be a bad idea. That actually sounds like a pretty good idea. How the fuck did what just happened? What the fuck just happened? What just happened? How the fuck did that just happen? I wasn't even doing anything. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the water just splash all over me? And it ruined my paper. Can you see that? It ruined my paper. Just splashed the shit all over myself. I'm a mess. I can't even keep this shit straight, man. I'm just making a mess all over the damn place. I got beer all over me. It's disgusting. I don't even like beer, and I got beer all over me now. Well, what's up, Lori? Glad to see you have made it onto the Friday night show. It used to be the Friday night try, but at least tonight's the Friday night show. Rollins' new entrance is so cool. If you can find it on YouTube, watch it. I'll check it out. Hashtag IHTP. So give me one moment, guys. I'll be back. If anybody comes back, you tell them. You guys know what to tell them. Tell them, I'll be back. Just tell them Daddy will be back in just a little bit. Okay. All right, okay. Consistent work, and now that Flex retired, they need a good champion. Is that at that's at Big Time Wrestling? I'll definitely have to check them out though. Consistent work is more important. Consistent work is more important than just wrestling every couple of months. That's very true. But you don't want to wrestle and get yourself hurt, though. So you got to wrestle the right people. Adam Cole, Finn Balor, AJ Styles of Kenny Omega. Jordane has to pee break. Sponsored by Vacant's next title run. Ron Hicks' guide to drinking with a bobble. At the Friday Night Try. Chattapalooza. It is the Chattapalooza, that's for sure. I don't know what the hell happened to me, man. I just made a mess on myself, and I can't really control it. You can't really control these types of things sometimes, guys. That's the thing. I was thinking that I might be able to. I might be able to. I think I'm going to make a little challenge for whenever I go for the IHTP, the break. I want to make like a 1 minute commercial video, some type of a 1 minute video where it's like a challenge. It's like I need to be done in a minute. If I can't, or if I can, I need to make sure that I'm done with that pee within a minute. And then if I'm not, it'll cut back, and then you'll just see nobody sitting here because the pee break went a little bit longer than it was supposed to, and it's only supposed to last 1 minute, unless I have to poop. But I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that I make sure that I clean everything out of my system before I get on to the show. Could you guys imagine? Did streamers do that? Are there any? Excuse me. Are there any streamers that like take poop breaks during their streams? Because they take some of these guys do like 3 or 4, 5, maybe 6 hours. You could go 6 hours without shitting. But I'm sure at some point they probably got to take a shit. Probably, right? I have a friend who did a 24-hour stream. You can't tell me during that time he definitely went to pee, and he definitely had to take a shit at least once. At least once. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? Talk amongst yourselves, our kind, sexy jacked host, IHTP. If you don't know what that is, then bye-bye. If you don't know what that is at this point, you got to figure it out. Supposed to be or not of. Has Vacant been in AEW yet? I would think that Vacant has been in AEW. Maybe once or twice. Not as many as you would think. Though, because a wrestling company, I mean, most wrestling companies have a Vacant. Vacant has, I would say he has, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Vacant hasn't been to AEW yet. Vacant has definitely owned the WWE for a long time, though. Your special guest, the alcoholic beverage, made an impact. It really did, Bernie. It really did. Jordane has to poop to break. Jordane has to poop breaks. Would need some Southpaw wrestling commercial. Yeah, we definitely need some Southpaw wrestling commercials with that. The Southpaw wrestling commercials would be the best. That's what I would like. I would like the Southpaw wrestling commercials. I like the. I never actually watched Southpaw wrestling though. Maybe I should do that and do some reviews on it. That seems to be like something that people like to watch, and doing some food reviews too. I remember that taste test that we did with the banana sandwiches. I need to come up with some more things to do taste tests with, but I'm not sure exactly what we want to do the taste test with. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, man. That water was good, and that's why I got to pee all the damn time. I'll tell you that much. You guys see that story about the college that wanted to send sperm? So they wanted to do like their own freaking hold on one sec. Vacant was the first AEW champion, right? Yeah, I think it was. I think Vacant was the first AEW champion. Andrade supposedly quit today. Not sure if it's true or not. I did see that on the dirt sheets, but you never know. Probably though. Most of the time, they're pretty accurate with these types of calls. I know a taste test for you coming soon. One of my pizza creations. Oh damn, Bernie! Maybe that could be our episode. Maybe our episode could be me, you hanging out. We have some of the pizza. We eat some pizza. Tell some wrestling stories. That might be a good way to go, man. That's a pretty good gimmick, I think. At least we have a gimmick for it. At least we'd have a gimmick. I like the gimmick nights. Gimmick nights are my favorite nights, but you can't have them all the time because it takes away the specialty of the gimmick. Vacant is legendary. Vacant was the first AEW champion. You can't beat that. You can't beat Vacant being the first AEW champion. Who else would it be? Really, who else? I'll be here. Tell me. Go ahead. I'll wait. Yeah, I didn't think so. You ever met Effie? Yeah, I met Effie a few times. I know Effie. Effie's a good dude. Very good person. Just a good person. I like the good people. Very easy to deal with. The good people are very easy to deal with. Yeah, Effie's cool. Oh, yeah. The pizza creations, I think, are going to be a great idea, dude. I think that's going to be a great idea. I like any types of creations, though. Like a lot of the creations that I've ever met or that I've ever had, it was always random concoctions. You know, like sometimes you would go to like a restaurant. You would go to like what's that place called? Like any restaurant really, and you would make a suicide. Have you guys ever heard of the suicide you would make with the drinks? You would go to every single soda in the little dispenser, the soda dispenser, the soda machine, whatever you want to call it. And you'd hit every single one of them. They call it a suicide because you're like mixing all these different compounds and drink it and you're dead. But it would be such a mixture of flavors. But it always tasted like some type of weird, not real drink. Not real drink, you know? So it was interesting because it was its own thing, but it was not real, you know? And I was thinking that the pizza creations are very similar to like concoctions and creations, kind of like that suicide thing where you can just throw some things on there and just see if it works. And I remember throwing things into a drink, and I wanted to taste test one of my friends. I was going to do a taste test with one of my friends, but it was more of a prank. So I was going to tell him, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put some drinks into this drink. I want you to take a guess what drinks I put into it. And if you can guess the drinks that I put into it properly, I'll give you $5. If you don't, then you get nothing. If you guess wrong, then you don't get nothing. You get nothing. You just tasted it. You just tasted it. And he was like, all right, man, cool. That sounds good. Let's do it. I'll do it. And I was like, will you do it blindfolded? And he was like, no, I'm not comfortable. I don't trust you enough like that. And I was like, first of all, you don't trust Jordane? Your first mistake. That's your first mistake. Second of all, yeah, it's no big deal. No big deal. Just okay. I'll go do it then. I'm going to put the lid on it so you can't see inside of it. How about that? Because if you see the colors of the drinks, then you're going to be able to guess. So I was like, okay, cool. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I thought you meant suicides like they made us do in the gym. Yeah, suicides. There's a different type of suicide. So there's the suicides where you're running back and forth, and it's you run and you grab the eraser, and you run back, and then you run a little bit further, and then you run back, and then you run a little bit further, and you run back. Those suicides are the exercise suicides. I'm talking about the suicides where you would mix a bunch of different refreshment drinks, a bunch of sodas, and in a soda machine or whatever. You'd mix them up, and then you'd have the drink, and that was called a suicide. So I wanted to make a suicide one for one of my friends, but I wanted him to guess what the ingredients were. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out I'm gonna figure out my own suicide, and you got to tell me what you got in it, and I'll give you $5 if you can guess properly. But you got to taste it. If you taste test it, and you tell me. So he was like, okay, cool. I'll taste test it, no biggie. So I was like, okay, awesome. I went in there and I put a Coca-Cola. Then I did an orange soda. I did a Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta? Then I did an orange soda, I did Sprite, I did Coke, and then I did cherry Coke. And then there was one more. Is Sprite a Coke product? Because I think they were all Coke products. So it was Sprite, whatever the orange soda is, either Sunkist or Fanta, and then Coke, and then cherry Coke, and then there's one more. There's one more soda that I put into it. What was that damn soda that I put into it, though? Shit, what was the damn soda? There was one more. It might have been like a vanilla. It might have been a vanilla. And it might have even had Pepsi and Coke products. This was one of those big machines that had every one of them. But while I was there, I looked over and I was like, you know what? Let's make this interesting. Let's put some ketchup in it. Let's put some barbecue in it. And this was at Whataburger. So I had ketchup. I had mayonnaise, mustard. I had mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. What else? Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce, and I think like some type of Polynesian sauce. They have like a bunch of different types of sauces because they do like chickens there too. And so I mixed all that shit in there, and I took the spoon, or not the spoon, but the straw, and started mixing it up. And it was disgusting because I smelled everything, and the mayonnaise is what I smelled the most, and it just grossed me out. Even though I like mayonnaise on some sandwiches. I don't like them on all. I don't like them in soda, you know. And just smelling it, I was like, this is gross. Yeah, Bernie, it might have been Mr. Pibb. So I make this concoction, I put it all together, and I bring it to him, and I'm like, boom. All right, man, here you go. I'm thinking in my head, he's going to smell it. He's going to smell it right off the bat. He's going to be like, no, fuck this. I'm not going to do it. No way I'm not going to do it. Why would I taste this shit that you just put here? I know you put some nasty shit in it. And get this. Obviously, you guys probably know. You guys know as much as I know. I definitely put some gross shit in there. I'm not going to let you get $5 off of me and just get the $5. You're going to have to do some gross shit. So he was like, okay, man, I'll drink it. So he drinks it. And he was like, And I'm watching him. I'm watching him the whole time. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What? Do you smell the catch? It's just pissing me off. Because he's drinking it like it's nothing. And he's trying to guess what's in the drink. And he guessed, I don't even remember what he guessed. He guessed wrong, but he still drank the damn thing. He didn't get it right. But the fact of the matter that he drank it, I had to be like, okay, dude, well, you know, I lied. I shouldn't have made it. I shouldn't have made the deal where you'll guess everything right, because I added some ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard in it. But he drank it and he didn't even care. He didn't even care. He didn't even realize. He didn't even notice. I should have been like, oh, well, you didn't guess it properly, so well, that's your fault. That's too bad for you. And it's just, like, come on, man. What's up, Leroy? I'm telling some stories I tried to prank one of my friends. I tried to mix all the drinks into one cup and have him mess up, but he didn't mess up. He was good. He was too prepared, man. He was too prepared. Laura said, Epcot has soda from around the world. Beverly from Italy is disgustingly bitter. Yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that. Most of their sodas are probably disgusting. And you guys should check out Cannonball, Jeff Cannonball on Twitter. He does a short soda review, and I think he's on like his 100 and something episode now, and they're only like 15 seconds long, but they're very entertaining. He always has some type of cute comment for the different sodas that he tries. And I didn't know that there were this many sodas out there, but there's so many sodas. So check out Jeff Cannonball if you guys get the opportunity. We always have to support our wrestling people. Laura, when I used to drink soda, I did that just because I liked it. Always did 3 or 4 flavors. Yeah, I've done that too. I've done like a few of the flavors just to mix it up a little bit and try to get it to where, you know, you're drinking some stuff that you like. Something that's different. It's different, but you like it too. Well, that'll explain your desire to try a gulp pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich. That was disgusting. You see, I haven't ate it since, right? I haven't eaten it since. It wasn't a thing that I really wanted. I had a rash on my face earlier. I think it's gone away now. No, it's still there on my nose a little bit. Got a little bit of red right there. Not much I can do about it though now, guys. This just is what it is. At a certain point, I am who I am. I am what I am. I can't really do much else. I do like to play pranks on people, and I do like to convince people to do things that may get them in trouble or it may hurt them. But if it all works out well, it'll be very entertaining for us all. So, you know, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I'm willing to make your sacrifice. Just convince somebody to do it. You can get them to do it, you know? You can get them to do it. I love crazy people. Crazy people are my favorite. That's why I'm a fucking wrestler. I hang around a lot of people who deal with pain every single day, all the time. That's really fun. That's really fun. Blaze Pizza is great. Is a great restaurant. Make your own pizza. I always throw different combos on there. That's the cool thing about pizzas. That's what I was saying, Bernie. There's so many different things that you can try, especially with the pizza, you know? What's better, to be a sexy boy or a sexy Kurt? Look at Kurt Buttman coming out here with these wrestling. And you know, that's one of my favorite. That Kurt Angle doing Shawn Michaels' entrance music is one of the best, most entertaining things that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's the most entertaining things that I've ever seen, but god damn, it was up there though. I'm just a sexy Kurt. I'm not a, what is he? I'll make your ankle hurt. Fucking Kurt Angle, man. Who would have known that Kurt Angle would have been that fucking brilliant as a professional wrestler? A gold medal Olympian transitioned into professional wrestling, and he's one of the best. And he was one of the best. I mean, he's older, you know. He can't wrestle like that anymore. I mean, I can make ankles hurt. Exactly. I'm going to answer your question, Kurt Boatman, by saying sexy Kurt, 100%. And I'm way more of an angle guy than I am a Shawn Michaels guy. I know, sue me, cancel me, kill me, whatever. But I never really liked Shawn Michaels so much, but I'm definitely more of a Kurt Angle guy, and I love Kurt Angle's wrestling. Kurt Angle's wrestling was the shit. That's for sure. That's one of my but Shawn Michaels wrestling wasn't bad either. I just wasn't into the character. That's the main thing with me with Shawn Michaels. Obviously the wrestling's good. You can't say that the wrestling's not good, but I didn't really like the pretty boy, the sexy boy shit. I liked sexy Kurt. Sexy Kurt's the shit. Sexy Kurt's the shit. That is what it is. He won the Olympics. Oh my God! We just got a cameo by old Slim Jim, old Jimbo from the old show we used to do. Friday Night Try. Jimbo said he won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. Not sure if you knew that. I'm not sure if any of you guys knew that, but he did win the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. And here's a caveat with that. He actually did wrestle somebody with a broken neck, but he was outweighed too. He was a small heavyweight, so he was wrestling somebody who was bigger than him. So not only was he the underdog because he had a broken freaking neck, he's the underdog already without a broken freaking neck because the guy that he's wrestling's way bigger than him. And that's a huge advantage in wrestling. In wrestling, 5 pounds makes a huge difference. That's why they have to cut so much weight all the damn time, because that's such an intense, crazy business. Crazy sport. It's a hard sport. It's hard on your body. Not saying professional wrestling's most definitely hard on your body. Trust me. I have the limps to prove it. I can limp all fucking day. I limp like the Undertaker all fucking day because of wrestling. Not really that bad. I actually feel pretty fucking good, honestly. I really feel really good. Blaze Pizza is a great restaurant. Make your own. Yep. What's better, sexy boy or sexy Kurt? I mean, I can make your ankles hurt. I respected Kurt 1,000% more after. Yeah, me too. Because Kurt he was so fucking entertaining, man. So damn entertaining. Who knew that he had like that much personality too? Because usually guys like that are not very entertaining. That's why like most MMA. And I got into an argument with one of my friends because they were like, well, what if this good MMA fighter and it doesn't fucking matter. They ain't good at wrestling. Just because they're good at fighting doesn't mean they're going to be good at wrestling. Doesn't mean they have one iota of a clue of how good wrestling is. You can see by seeing Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was Ronda Rousey, and she drew as many people as she could, but she wasn't that good of a fucking wrestler. I mean, come on, give me a break. She was only in the business for like a year. You don't get that good after a year. Like Kurt Angle spent some time getting his ass in the groove, and he was going for a little while, and then he got really fucking good. There's only a select few amount of people who can actually do that. So I always get annoyed by the whole MMA fighter argument because it's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, okay, you can punch somebody. That's not wrestling. Wrestling's way more about more of the entertainment. It's about the in-ring stuff too, but it's way more about a lot more shit than just beating somebody up. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's not to say that other people in other sports aren't tough and aren't doing things legitimately. We're all doing things legitimately. Obviously, we're all doing things legitimately. But to say that a fighter could be a good professional wrestler because they're good at fighting, no. They got to be good at wrestling. They can't just be a good fucking fighter. That's boring as shit. People get bored of that shit. It's like, yeah, it's great to see you beating somebody up, but what else you got? It gets boring. But we didn't agree. But he's one of those guys who are like, well, wrestling's fake. Fighting's better. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, it's a lot better, right? Mm-hmm. You like watching those real fights. Got it. Real big, real exciting. Even though majority of the fucking fights are boring as shit. You gotta watch a UFC card. You're gonna find maybe maybe every now and then and I'm a huge MMA fan, but every now and then there's a good fight. Usually it's just guys like fucking punching at each other, swinging at each other, and it's like, that's fun, but whatever. I'm I'm just a sexy Kurt. Sexy Kurt. I'll make your ankles hurt. Ankles hurt. Am I a good singer yet? I'm practicing. I'm practicing my singing for you guys. Eventually I'm going to be good. I promise. I promise. I promise. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be a good singer one day, guys. One day I'm going to be a good singer. Kurt was better all around wrestler, less gimmick. I agree. Shawn, good wrestler, but not awesome. Bigger gimmick. Yeah, bigger gimmick. Awesome wrestler. I'll even say awesome wrestler. Yeah, I didn't love Shawn. I like Shawn. I like Shawn's wrestling. Didn't like the gimmick. Didn't like. Yeah, I wasn't about the gimmick. That's true. I do understand. I appreciate the wrestling ability and how good he was and how good he is and all that other good stuff. But it was not my flavor. Not my flavor. Way more of a Kurt Angle guy. Way more of a Kurt Angle guy. If Jericho teamed with the Godfather, they would be Jerry Ho. I love these. I love Buttman. Buttman, you have some of the best comments. Just a thought. Human Shrek or Great Khali? Who's to say that Great Khali is not Human Shrek? Please stop practicing. I'll try. Laura, I promise. I'm going to try to stop practicing, but there's no guarantee, darling. There's no guarantee. You never actually know if I'm done or not. You never actually know. But you know how it goes, guys. Y'all know how it goes. Yeah, I think it's Great Khali. I'm definitely down with the Great Khali being that. I'll sing, but like Sexy Kurt was hilarious though. We got to do. You know what? I want to do an episode now you just got me. You just got me inspired, Buttman. I want to have. We need to do an episode on wrestling bloopers. I know Botchamania and all that other good stuff, but like we got to do an episode on our favorite wrestling bloopers. Because wrestling bloopers are brilliant. Because regular bloopers, they'll just go like, oh, we all laugh because we're recording a movie. So like when you're watching movie bloopers, you watch like, oh, ha, 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 yeah, we messed up. Oh, I messed up. And they laugh at each other and then they reshoot it. And they laugh at each other and then they reshoot it. And they laugh at each other and reshoot it. But when it comes to wrestling, you can't reshoot it. So you just fuck up and then you have this awkward moment for like 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 seconds until you can recover and you can get out of that position. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Gotta watch all of card. You never know when a Diego Sanchez will pop up with a major impact. Ultimate Fighter was huge for Ultimate Fighting, especially Bonner versus Griffin. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You have to watch the whole card, Bernie. But if you watch the whole card and it's the shits, it is what it is. But like, I can't even make that argument with wrestling because we'll do a whole card and we'll have a whole card that's the shits. So that part is just what it is, you know. That is what it is. That's just part of the game. And then some matches you're gonna like better than others. Some fights you're gonna like better than others, and it's all that other good stuff. So yeah, it's all subjective. It's all crazy subjective, and there's no answer to any of this. So, but it's fun to just throw out your opinions and see what you like. What do we all like? You know, like I know that our community here, like we like a lot of the same stuff. Sexy boy, LOL. Yeah, you know what I mean though, Allison. Like I don't really like I get it. I know what the sexy boy thing is, but when I was a young man growing up, I wasn't attracted to that. I'm sure that there was a lot of people who were, or not even they were attracted to it in a sense of they liked it, they wanted to be it. Maybe they wanted to be it because I had some overweight friends in high school, or not even high school, middle school, who were big Shawn Michaels fans, and they did like that his pose when he would go down on he would go down and like one leg would be straight and one leg would be in the knee, and it was like a thing. It was like its own thing, you know. It was like Shawn Michaels had his own pose and shit. It was pretty fucking badass, honestly. But still cool nonetheless. But yeah, I agree, Bernie. You definitely have to watch the whole card. If Kane and Kevin Owens were a team, would they be Team Hell KO? Possibly. Team Hell KO. What else would they be? You know, what else would they be? Eric Clark, the Giant, or Big John Studd? The Giant as in Paul White, the Giant, or Giant as in Andre the Giant? I'm going to go with Big John Studd. Only because I know Sean Studd, and I want to support him and his family. So, Big John Studd. Live action Cat in the Hat or Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery? Live action Cat in the Hat. I don't like the mystery WrestleMania mysteries. Y'all, did you guys see that Impact thing where they had like somebody get shot and it was like a murder mystery? Like, fuck, man. Just shoot me now. What the fuck are we doing? What are we watching? I want to watch a murder mystery. I'm going to put on some corny ass dumb shit show that does murder mystery. I want to watch wrestling because I want to watch wrestling. I don't want to watch a murder mystery. And one of my friends were even telling me, they were like, oh, well, a murder mystery? I could get into that. I was like, yeah, you could get into that if it wasn't fucking wrestling. Get into a murder mystery, that's great. But murder mystery wrestling sounds fucking stupid as shit. It just sounds so stupid. There's no logic in it whatsoever. What is that? Oh, it's a murder mystery. Now the wrestlers have to figure out the mystery? You mean a murder happened? Why don't the police come in like a normal person? Oh no, we have to really... Because wrestling doesn't have a hard enough time getting people to drop their reality for a little bit so that they can enjoy the show, because people always talk shit about wrestling. No. Let's make it worse and do some dumb shit on Impact Wrestling about getting shot, about just getting shot, you know? Even when Owen Hart pulled the gun. No, it wasn't Owen Hart. It wasn't Owen Hart. It was Brian Pillman pulled the gun on Stone Cold. I thought it was a little corny, and I was a kid then too. And then when I heard about him pulling the gun on Stone Cold, I had to see it. So I had to see it. And then I saw Stone Cold pull the gun on Vince McMahon, and then he did the bang thing. That was pretty funny. They they'll get you. They'll get you sometimes. They'll get you. Bernie, I know. Wasted a couple of nights at Miller's Ale House in Rockville watching crappy cards on UFC pay-per-view. That's why going there for food made up for some nights. Great show, great food, was a super night. Yeah, exactly. But at least you had a little bit of insurance so that, okay, the food's going to be good. I know that I'm good. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. The food's going to be good. I'm good. Now, if my entertainment doesn't go off the way that I want it to go off, then it's going to suck. It is what it is, though. We can get over that. That's an easy one. That's an easy one to get over. At least you had some good food, and you still had your night out, and you got to enjoy yourself a little bit. What's the best sign you've ever seen at an event? Damn. I don't have any. I can't think of any. What's the... I'm trying to think of some signs that were very, very original at some of the shows, but I can't... There would have to be more like WWE shows. And I've definitely seen some funny ones, but none of them come to my mind right now. Buttman, do you have any? Let me know if you've seen any, because I can't think of any. I think the one for me is one that said, and I quote, "Undertaker is not a homo." That's random as shit, though. That doesn't make any sense. Where did that come from? Are people saying Undertaker's a homo or something? What is happening? Why? Razor or Scott Hall? I say Scott Hall. Scott Hall, because there was more longevity with Scott Hall. Razor Ramon was a top card guy for longer, but Scott Hall was a mid card guy for even longer, but he still had a little bit of that Razor Ramon flavor. He still had a little bit of that flavor. So he wasn't like top guy when he was in WCW, but still entertaining, and I still enjoyed him. He wasn't my favorite wrestler by no means, and he was way more interesting in the WWE. He was way more of a character in the WWE. Scott Hall was not very interesting in WCW, other than the fact that he used to be Razor Ramon, and that's what WCW was using. Because other than that, if he wasn't a former WWE wrestler, what would they have had? They would have just had this guy who's a good wrestler. So, it's just one of those things. Kane and Owens would be Hell Owens, pronounced wins. Hell Owens, I love it. Hell Owens. Kane and Owens would be Hell Owens. Hello wins. Boatman. I have a few I like. Jinder Mahal fears breadsticks. That's a pretty good one. Undertaker is a necrophiliac. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Roman Reigns is a wanker. That's a pretty good one. That's just random. I guess that had to have been in the UK. How's it going? Finally got to catch the show. Glad you got to join us, Daystone Wolf. We are... we have been we're just hanging out on this Friday, man. I'm having a few drinks right here. I'm almost finished up with it. We're just hanging out, having a blast, talking about wrestling, talking about whatever. We don't have any, tonight's just a hang session, man. We're just hanging out. God of Sparrows, how are you over there on Instagram? What are you drinking? I am drinking Truly Harder, or Truly Extra. Truly Extra is what I'm drinking tonight. 8%. It's a little bit stronger than the regular, what are those things called that you would call them? Whatever you want to call them. Yes, but God of Sparrows. I swear, did we know each other, Sparrows? I swear I've seen you before. All right, back to where are we at? How's it going? Yes, good to see you, Daystone Wolf. I'm glad that you got to jump in. It's good to see you. Happy Friday, by the way. Happy motherfucking Friday, as they say. One of the best fun spots still to me was when we had DiBiase put JP to sleep and had him sleeping on the mat during the whole intermission of the tribute to the troops. Had him wake up with 19 other guys in the ring for the Bunkhouse Stampede, starring at Patrick holding a kitchen sink. Great memories indeed. Yeah, there was a spot in MCW where we had a guy get knocked out, and he literally stayed there over the whole 15-minute intermission and did not wake up until later. And everybody just let him sit there. That was a good one. That's not really like a funny sign or anything, but that's a fucking great spot. That's just a great spot, Bernie. That's one of my favorites. That's definitely one of my favorites. Oh, Barry Jones! My man Barry Jones has joined the chat. Good to see you, Barry Jones. How are you, brother? Barry Jones, damn it, just got here. It's all good, brother. You know how these days are. Tomorrow is Catterday. Tell Mancat. I think that I'm going to... shit, and I just posted a Mancat video today. I think Catterdays are going to be Mancat days on YouTube, on my old YouTube page, too. So we'll be having that to look forward to. Catterdays, Saturdays is going to be that. Buttman, Dean Ambrose looks like a wet rat. He does look like a wet rat. I can't disagree with you on that, brother. He does look like a wet rat. Also one that said fat and had a picture of Rikishi's ass. I'm visualizing that one, and that's fucking killing me. just seeing somebody see fat and they got a picture of old fucking Rikishi's ass. Oh my god. It's just, oh my god. Rikishi. Court Buttman. One that said AJ Styles more like AJ pedophile. Where did that come from? One that said AJ Styles more like AJ pedophile. Jesus, does he have like pedophile like accusations or something? That's rough. That's a rough one, Buttman. That's a rough one. Spangler, I need to work eventually, Ron. Are you? As you know, your check bounced, so I haven't quit work. Damn it, I know. Well, this is like ECW. You're doing it for the passion. You're doing it for the love. You're doing it just to feel good. This is ECW. ECW. Don't worry about the checks. They're not going to... who cares about money? Money, materialism. Don't be materialistic, Laura. Don't be so materialistic. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the Jordane show, you know? Enjoy the Jordane show. Bernie Dale. King Cat on another world tour, I take it. Yeah, King Cat is on another world tour. I just posted a video of him catching a bird, and he lost the bird, but it was so fascinating. It was so crazy that he caught the bird, and then the bird like escaped and flew away. I can't believe that damn cat, man. He's just ridiculous. I'm trying to go back because I thought that I saw a comment from Laura. How pissed was Mancat when that bird flew away? That was wild. The crazy thing about that is that damn he didn't seem like he gave a shit. The bird flew out of his mouth, flew away, and then he just kind of just kept walking like meh. Sometimes you lose them. Sometimes you lose them. So, you know, he didn't do that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go pee real quick, and I'll be right back. So, IHTP. All right, we're back. Oh boy, we're back. Everybody dropped off on Instagram. I love. It's so funny when I go away for my little breaks because I'll go away and I'll come back and all the hardcores over on YouTube and Facebook are always there, But then everybody on Instagram's like, "Well, I guess he's gone forever," and then I'm gone. Fix that. All right, cool. All right, back. Where were we? Do you like to collect wrestling action figures? Daystone Wolf. I don't collect. Hold on, one sec. Let me make sure that I catch up first, so that I can make sure. Heard you were going to be down south soon. 1 month, Barry Jones, in April. I'm back in Barnesville, so we'll stay on top of that. One that said Vince loves cocks. Vince does love cocks, obviously. One that said Sable. You show us ours, and we'll show us yours. 3 guys wearing no shirt and bras. That's a pretty good one. Daystone Wolf. Do you like to collect wrestling action figures? No, I never got into the dolls thing. I never got into the action figures thing. But what I do like, here's what I do like. I like wrestling memorabilia. So I find like wrestling books that are hard to find and magazines and things of that nature that I really like. And Jimmy actually has one of my favorite books that I have. But I like to collect this type of stuff. So this is like this right here is Lou Thesz's, and this stuff is like up in my living room. This is my wrestling shit. So my wrestling shit is like Lou Thesz, 1950s, 60s wrestler. This was the last actual magazine appearance that he made, and is a tribute to Lou Thesz. And I really like it because it has a lot of technique stuff. And it's old school wrestling stuff, but you can still use a lot of this stuff, and it explains everything. And I love it. And look how old Lou was. Still going over everything. I love it. Lou Thesz, NWA World Heavyweight Champion, AWA Heavyweight Champion, NBA NWA World Heavyweight Champion, World Heavyweight Champion Montreal, NWA Texas Heavyweight Champion, NWA World Heavyweight Champion 3 times, World Heavyweight Champion Los Angeles, World Heavyweight Champion Maryland, AWA World Heavyweight Champion Ohio. These are champion in every state. It's interesting how they used to do those. How they used to do these. But this is 2 legendary grapplers, Gene LaBelle and Lou Thesz. So this is like, I could never get it signed by both the guys, but you know, especially because Lou's passed away now. But and Lou's book is definitely one that I say you should everybody should get. Though it is very expensive, it's a $50 book. You should definitely get it if you are a wrestling fan, because this is my shit. I love this shit. But I did never get into the action figures, but I definitely do have my own version of like action figures or whatever you want to call them. I have my own, thing that I like. Fuck, man, it's hard to get this stupid thing back in there now. Let me see. Oh no, I'm doing it backwards. I was doing it the right way the first time. And I have to get more. I have to get some better things to hold these too, because it's hard to get them in. It's hard to get them in it. But yeah, my Luthez one's one of my favorites. In one of my books, actually, Jimmy has my book, talking about the old circus days before wrestling was a sport on its own, when it was branching out from the circus days, from the carnival days. And then I have the How to Become Champion book by Herb Welch. That one is that one's another one where they kind of go over a bunch of different techniques, bunch of wrestling stuff, bunch of wrestling stuff. You can get a lot of submissions. I've actually gotten a couple of submissions out of this one that I really liked. But if you guys have seen the Dark Side of the Ring with Dr. D. David Schultz, he talks about Herb Welch in that, and he's he's got the rights to sell Herb Welch's book, so he's trying to make a little bit of money off of it. So, and he forwarded Herb Welch's book too. And then, of course, what you have to have is a picture of, yeah, boy. What you got? What you got, bitch? What? And then, last but not least, my favorite book, Master of the Ring. Gorgeous George. Not Gorgeous George. Dumbass. Why did I really say Gorgeous George? Buddy Rogers. The original Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. And I love all the old shit. I love all the old shit. See, I got me a little bookmark there. Got me a Buddy Rogers bookmark. See, there you go. Buddy Rogers bookmark. But yeah, I do have some collections, Daystone Wolf, but it's not. I don't have any collections like that. I know. I kind of went a little bit overboard with sharing a little bit of my stuff, but I do love my wrestling memorabilia. That's for sure. Bernie, that's one hell of a stable. King Cat, Man Cat, Surge, Seether, 4 legs of fear. Yeah, more like 12, 15, 16 legs of fear. One that said, I want to have day generation sex. Generation sex. That's a pretty good one. You can't be pissed. Can't be too pissed about that one. That's a pretty good one. Hashtag IHTP2 road number 2, sponsored by Truly Seltzer. Try it and you'll like it. I do like it. It's really good. It's a really good seltzer. God of Sparrows, how are you doing? I am doing well. I am working. Right now we're working. We're working right now. I work all day. All day I consider it working. I work, I'm just staying busy. I'm just staying as busy as possible. How have you been? How are you? Are you doing well? Or what are you up to? What have you been up to recently? Back to the chats. Jordane has to pee break number 2. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Jordane has to pee break number 2, sponsored by Returning to Wrestling in Barnesville in April. The World Tour King Cat, the Leashed Saboteurs, and Big Bad Jimmy, because he needs a mention on a Friday night try. Yeah, he does. Good old Jimbo. Jimbo was on here a little bit earlier, too. So we do have to get Jimbo in here. Guys, if you guys could do me a favor and help me motivate him and just say, Jimmy, we miss you, man. We miss you. Can you do one more Friday night try? Let's try to get Jimmy on for next week's Friday night try. Let's try to motivate him, because I can try to talk to him, but he's going to be like, man, guys, man, Paul, I don't know, man. I got to work, man. I got to work. He always has to work. You guys need to tell him there's no excuse. Come for the Friday night try, because your family, your internet family misses you. I want y'all to tell him that, because I can't convince him. You got to convince him as well. I'm not able to convince him on my own. Bernie Dale. Jordane has to... Oh, I already read that one. Ha! One that said Kane is fat. Kane is fat. That's so random. My favorites are the random ones. One that said, I want to see Apollo nudes. I want to see Apollo nudes. Oh, Mahoney Games. How are you, Mahoney Games? Everyone, just stopped by to say hi on my birthday. Happy birthday. Got the new Young Bucks new book. Can't wait to read it. Congratulations, Mahoney Games, and happy birthday. I hope you enjoy that book. It seems like it'll be a really good book, too, the Young Bucks book. Hell yeah. jump on that. Let me know if it's worth reading, because I'm a big reader myself. So let me know if it's worth checking out, because I'll definitely check it out if you have some time, Mahoney. So let me know in in the future episodes that you have. Let me know, and I'll check it out too, because I love a good book. Buttman, one that said Triple H eats Vince's ass. I wonder if he saw that. That'd be so great if he saw that. He was like, "Oh, you're eating your father's asshole, huh? Oh, I guess it's not your father's. I guess it's your, what is it? Is it your stepfather? Not your stepfather. What is it? It's your in-law father? Your father-in-law? Father-in-law, that's the word. Can't think anymore. Yeah, you sound like me, brother. You sound like me. Happy birthday, Mahoney. Yes, happy birthday, Mahoney. I like getting old wrestling programs. Yeah, old wrestling programs are another good one. And old WWE ticket stubs, if you know. I do not know. Thank you for letting me know on that, Laura. I think that, I don't know what to think anymore. There's always some shit, There's always some shit going on with it. It does look like everything else is good here. So we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Mahoney Games. That's a good one, Mahoney Games. Mahoney Games had a good one. Vince McMahon tits. Vince McMahon tits. I love it. Vince McMahon tits. That's a good one. What's up, Nasty Leroy, my brother? How are you, man? How are you doing? God of Sparrows, I'm doing great, actually. Currently thinking about becoming a wrestler. If you're thinking about becoming a wrestler, then DM me so that I can give you some advice on where to go, because there are a lot of bad places that will take your money, God of Sparrows. So if you are a young person looking and you do not have any experience in the professional wrestling business, let me help you a little bit. DM me and I will send you in the right direction. Just tell me what location you are in, and I know of most good schools in most of the areas in the country. So there's a lot of good ones out there, but there's a lot of bad ones. So be careful, please. Keep thinking about it and think a lot about it. Nasty Leroy, how are you, brother? How are you doing on this happy Friday night? I think we're all just hanging out here talking about wrestling. Do you have anything about wrestling you want to talk about? What kind of dog is allowed on a campfire? A hot dog. Boblets! I don't know who you are, Boblets, but that's a good one. Thank you for that one. Boblets came in. I don't know who Boblets 22 is. Boblets 22, though, came in with a random comment, and it was a good random comment. I love my random comments, especially the more random, the better. I love them. So thank you, Boblets, for that one. That's actually a pretty good one, though. What kind of dog is allowed on a campfire? A hot dog. Do you get it? Do you get it? Buddy gets it. Buddy gets it. Buddy gets it. Let's see. Core Buttman. That's a good one. Laura, can't have that pick if you don't sell it. That's true. We'll sell it. Daystone Wolf, the magazine with Luthez. I could not find the exact copy you have, but one I found similar is $46. Yeah, I spent about $60 on mine. I spent about $60 on mine. And, when I first got it, I was disappointed because it wasn't very thick. But I appreciate it, man. This is my shit. This is what I love. This is my childhood. This is what I grew up loving. And really, it would be a Stone Cold thing, because Stone Cold was really the catalyst that brought me in. No, there's a bunch of different catalysts, though, so it is what it is. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. I love wrestling. That's about it. That's all I got, really. But yeah, I spent a good bit more than you would on a normal magazine than that one. But it was worth it to me, man. It's worth it to me, and it actually makes me happy. Bernie, and now, and Daniel Bryan currently uses the LaBelle lock, Gene LaBelle, 100%, which he calls the Yes lock. Well, he called it the LaBelle lock, but the WWE has to market it, so it's the Yes lock. As his finishing submission, though, still loved his cattle mutilation finish from ROH days. Those are the good ones, too. IHTP to Electric Boogaloo, brought to you by Weird WWE Signs. Yeah, exactly. Mahoney Games, and I'm getting comments again. Sorry, guys, it's messing me up. Mahoney Games, I'm going to start training next year for wrestling school. Looks legit. The trainer has wrestled some big names. Good. Take your time. And a lot of times it depends. And let's talk about wrestling schools a little bit. Official Nasty Leroy said, yeah, I want to talk about some stuff about wrestling. Looks like that guy got 2 sparrows on the talk about getting in wrestling. I have some advice for people who want to get into wrestling. So Nasty Leroy has some advice for anybody who wants to get into wrestling, and I have some advice for anybody who wants to get into wrestling as well, because you have to find a good school in order to have a good start. It's not the be-all, end-all. Sometimes you have to work with what you've got, and you'll get better as you go. If you have the type of brain, you have the type of personality to want to work, to want to make yourself better, you're going to get better. You can't help but to get better. You have to get better. So it really depends on the person, and it really depends on your personality type, but it definitely helps. So Mahoney Games, it's great that you have a trainer, especially if they've wrestled big names. It doesn't matter if the person is a big name or not. It just matters if they understand how to get you to actually learn the business per se. And that takes a while for you to learn how to do the wrestling, the actual wrestling anyway. So it definitely takes some time. Bernie said Friday night, April 9th, unless Jordane is booked wrestling-wise. I don't think I'm booked. I have to double-check. Jimmy is back in studio, and I'm making pizza for the 3 of us. We give people the ultimate WrestleMania preview show and other shit we can get into a 3 hours extravaganza. That sounds amazing to me. I'm going to get Leroy on here. Leroy, let's see. I might have to get over here so we can. We might just have to have him on audio though, because I don't know if it's going to work very well getting him in here. But I'll try to.
Being forced to quarantine because I lost my ID.
You lost your ID?
Yeah, I think I told you that before.
Yeah, that sucks though, man. I hate that you have to go through that.
Yeah, I'm getting a new one, so I couldn't test for my COVID test.
Right.
But right side I'm on schedule for my vaccine. So yeah.
So you are going to get your vaccine.
Once I get the ID back. Huh?
So you are getting the vaccine.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
Good.
So I won't have to test one. So I wanted to do COVID tests and stuff. I can go, like, hey, did you get your vaccine? Like, show my card. But yeah, talk about wrestling schools. Man, like, I always like to talk about this because mistakes that I made that I should have been aware of, like.
Hold on one sec. Just remember the mistakes that you are aware of. Can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear everybody on the chat? Can you guys hear? Because I got you on my YouTube stuff too. I have your audio hooked up, so I'm just double checking to make sure that we're good. Real quick before we keep going. Everybody hear me okay? Looks like we're good, brother. Keep going. Now, what were you saying about that? What's the one thing that people need to be worried about? Like, what do they need to think about whenever it comes to wrestling, though?
I think you need to worry about. Let me just set my stuff up here. I think the main thing is, like, it's not about the name that they are or the names that they wrestled. It's about if they have been in, like, if they. It could be so. My thing is, I've trained with notable names in wrestling.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter about their namesake. It matters about if they are. Now it matters all about the. What you call it? If it's a good environment, if the people are pulling you up and supporting you and making you better and stuff.
Right.
It also the points if they're willing to go to bat for you, if they're willing to help you out, if they see you putting in the work, they're willing to help you out and stuff. Because I've had numerous trainers that I won't say their names.
Yeah, we don't want to disparage. No disparaging.
yeah, I won't say talk bad of them, but I've had some of them train me, and then like they, I be training hard and stuff and working my ass off, but like they wouldn't, they wouldn't go to bat for me. And then I've had names where some trainers didn't like me because of my demeanor, and they secretly was jealous of, I guess, my personality or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And then, and then some of it was just at the wrong place at the wrong time that I just, school wasn't for me.
Right.
So, you always got to pay for that. I also say if you can, you want to at least go to a school for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell a lot about a school in 2 weeks than you can in about a month.
And you'll see if it fits with your personality and if it's going to work well for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tryout. It's like a tryout for you, but it's a tryout for them. It's a tryout for both of you, so you can see if it works for you too, because that's important as well.
Yeah, and the reason why I say 2 weeks is because you can be like, oh, everything's going good in that week, but then things could turn around in that second week. So you might feel not that school's for you. Like the thing how this happened with my school was like I was all around Georgia, but I went to different states too. I was in North Carolina. I was gonna go to the one school that I was going to. I was gonna go to Georgia South School. I was gonna go to a high spot school.
Right.
But I never did because I trained at for a little bit, Good Brothers Dojo, Lou Gallows. I trained at Robert Gibson School for a little bit, but I was like, that wasn't for me. And then the first place I started was they didn't have, it wasn't a real, I won't say it wasn't real, but it wasn't a full-time acumen school. It was more of a camp style. So, which I started training with Johnny Swinger. And I learned some stuff from there, character work and the basics. But I went to rival school. O'Shea Edwards, that's in Ring of Honor right now, was the one who told me to come over there. And I went over there for a minute, and I was like, "Oh, it was cool." I'm not saying the guy wasn't one of the guys. He was a really nice guy. I forget the guy's name. His name was Tommy something. I forget, but he was a really good dude. Yeah, he was a really good trainer. I just feel like that I was going back. I was going back to basics, but I feel like I was really, really starting over, which I feel like I've gotten somewhere in the progress. And then also, I was there for a short amount. I was only there for an amount of time, and then I was like, I don't know if this school's for me.
Right.
So, yeah. Then I just went to QT's. I went to QT back when it was a Power Factory, and I just went to a camp, and I just learned. I did what I learned from previous schools and stuff, and then so he took a liking to me, which is supposed to be a few weeks. Like that was the whole thing. It was only like 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
And then he decided that of course I decided that I liked the school. I liked that he got in the ring with me. He trained one-on-one with me.
He took his time with you to see like where you were as an individual. He was trying to figure out exactly what worked for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it break down the lessons and stuff like that, and it was a good environment.
Yep.
So
that's huge right there. That's hard to find right there in itself,
Yeah. So you gotta have a coach that are willing to break it down. So one thing that I will say is this is like out of all the schools, like if you're gonna go for a school, like there's a lot of good schools out there, but of course there's other bad schools, but the good schools have to be willing to break it down. So it don't matter if they're Hall of Famers, if they've been in the WWE Hall of Fame, or if they're just like a local guy.
Right.
He's gotta be able to work with you.
Right.
Like, He's got to do what the Paul Heyman effect I call. He's got to hide your negatives and extend your positives.
Right.
You know,
accentuate your accentuate your positives, and that's a big thing too. You want that in a good booker. You want that in anybody that you're working with. You want them to recognize those types of things. And Daystone Wolf in the chat wants to know, what wrestler was your biggest inspiration for becoming a wrestler? Mine was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the biggest inspiration. Hulk Hogan probably got me into wrestling, but I'd say Stone Cold was probably the one that really had me going. What about you, Nasty Leroy? Who was the wrestler that got you?
ECW in general. That was the first wrestling card that I ever saw in my life.
It was ECW because you're from Philly, right?
Yeah. So yeah. Some people say I'm from Philadelphia, Mississippi, but we know I'm not from there. So
you ain't from the Mississippi? Come on now.
No, I'm not from Mississippi. No. But no. Yeah, my first. So you know how I found about ECW actually?
How's that?
I was I grew up in a foster care group home. So I had a lot of brothers, a lot of friends. We watched it in the living room, and like I forget what we was watching, to be honest.
Right.
But I remember the commercial for ECW. It would have been like it goes like this is you. Do you want to see the most extreme pro wrestling known to man? And
yeah, those old school ECW. Yeah, exactly. Those old school ECW commercials, man.
He's like, do you want to see the most extreme pro wrestling come to man? This is not nothing you've seen before. Basically, Paul Heyman stuff. It was just like this, seeing the blood. He was like, seeing the glass shattering, fire burning, kind of stuff, and like firing tables and chairs, and they had the ECW music, and they had the lady. And I just remember that.
Just going.
And I was like, what is this?
It's the best.
Never seen pro wrestling in my life.
Dude,
I never watched WWF as a kid.
And you were hooked from that point on, right?
I was like, we gotta go down. He's like, come down. Back then, it was they called it the ECW arena, but it was like a bingo, the regular bingo hall, the Eagles nest. Yeah. So he was like, come down to the ECW arena, Swanson and Ritter. And I was like, oh, we gotta go down to South Philly.
We have to. They're talking directly to us. We have to do that. I love it.
So the counselor was like, I don't know if we have the money, but I'll see if we get the money. And everyone was like, please get the money, get the money.
Yeah, you got to get the money. You got to get the money. Just so we can see. We just want to see just a little bit. Just a little bit,
So it's important that I have water here because the counselor said, hey, if you guys can sell some water, lemonade, and stuff like that, if you can get some money together, we will go to ECW. Man, I'm telling you, from this day forward, ever since that day forward, I was selling and everything. I was like, hey, we trying to go to this show called ECW. Dollar water. The
good old days.
We got sandwiches too. So the lady, she would fix sandwiches. She was like, hey, we gotta fix sandwiches and waters. So sandwiches, waters, and lemonades. And it's like, so we had like ham and like cheese.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's some pretty good meals, right?
Yeah, and then we sold the lemonade, we sold water. And I was like, yeah, it was $1. It was $1. Help my cost to get the Swanson, so I can go to South Philly. So we ended up making enough to go to like to ECW arena. And my friend, I call him my brother at the time, was my friend. He got picked on by Bully Ray. He got put down by Bubba Ray. So he was talking all kinds of stuff, and like, my counselors didn't care that we cussed or not, so it didn't matter. So I think I was like about like 9, maybe 10. somewhere in that age range, and I'm like cussing him like he's cutting a promo. He's like, yeah, you wish you had a girlfriend and all this other stuff, and like he's cutting a promo. And I said, who the fuck you talking to my friend like that, huh? The dogs come up there and beat you up. He's like, sit down, little kid.
Hey, you're a loyal fan. You're a loyal friend, though. You're a loyal friend. You can't. You can't. You gotta appreciate that. A lot of times you don't get loyal friends like that, man. You don't get loyal friends like that.
And then he turned his back on me years later, but it happens.
Hey, that is what it is, right? Mahoney Games wants to know: would you rather work for WWE or AEW?
Well, simply that I've already worked for AEW.
So what would you say? You'd say AEW?
I would say AEW.
I say WWE. How about that? How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
I mean, that's your choice. I mean,
it's not my choice.
I'm not gonna,
it's not my choice.
I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on you. You know what Venture Man would like. So
Hey man, hey man. Just let me know you like me, please. Just let me know you like me, Vince. That's like every wrestler anyway, ain't it?
I just say you would never see me on TV if I was on WWE because I know I would be getting in trouble.
Yeah. What's up? I have Bumfluff. Says hello. I have Bumfluff. Have you ever heard that name before? OMG! I have Bumfluff.
All right. What's up, Sonny Kiss?
What's up, Sonny Kiss has joined us. How are you, sweetie? We are hanging out. Me and Nasty Leroy today. We're hanging out today. We didn't plan on it. Nasty Leroy's the man, though. Nasty Leroy makes himself available when we're ready, right? Friday nights, we have some good times on here, man.
Hell yeah.
Let me read two more comments before we keep going. I forget how young you are until you say comments like Stone Cold got you into wrestling. My guys growing up were SD Jones, Tony Garris, Steamboat, and Santana. Do you know who SD Jones is? I've never seen SD Jones. What's SD Jones from? How have I never heard of SD Jones?
He used to wrestle in a lot of different territories.
Like 80s guy? Yeah. 80s guy, 90s guy?
80s, probably 70s, probably like that.
I got you.
Probably like in Mid-South, all that kind of stuff. Maybe
that makes sense. Yeah, and I'm not so familiar with the Mid-South stuff. I have to watch more of that stuff. I haven't watched too much Mid-South stuff.
I got like the Mid-South DVDs up here on my thing, where it's somewhere up here. I watch a lot of old school wrestling.
You got some good ones? Hey man, we were going over some of our wrestling stuff earlier. I got Luthez. This was Luthez's last time ever being in a magazine. His magazine cover. He's very old in this book, though. Very, very, very old in this book, though. Then I have this is my favorite one right here. I'm very excited to get into this one. Master of the Ring.
That looks good.
That's by Buddy Rogers. Book. The original Nature Boy, guys. The original Nature Boy. Just in case y'all was wondering, then the original Nature Boy.
So my uncle later on, so I got adopted. When I got adopted by this family I got now, he turned me on to old school wrestling. He turned me on to Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and Magnum TA and stuff. So all that WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions, she turned me on to that. So
Jim Crockett Promotions, man, they were no joke. Right before WWE really took over nationally, they were there, man. They were there. That was the WWF days.
Jumping people on the TV. It was sometimes they would started. They would jump people on TV. Sometimes the Force would jump Dusty Rhodes and stuff.
Here's a question for you, Leroy. Here's a question for you. I'm gonna answer it first, and then you answer it. Okay? Here's the question. All right. I want to know: would you rather job to Gilbert or have New Jack pull a mass transit on you? My answer is, I'm going to pull a mass transit on both of them dumbasses. I'll pull a mass transit on Gilbert and New Jack at the same time, and I'll jackhammer on both through the ground. That's my answer. What about you? Leroy?
Well, I would rather, not have a mass transit incident.
I agree. Yeah, you don't want a mass transit incident. That's a good
him
point.
stabbing
Good
me
point.
up in here.
That's legit. That's legit.
And he's like, your forehead looks really good to stab.
Exactly. Your forehead looks nice. It looks a little clean. I need to put some scar tissue on that big old thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was how Dusty Rhodes' forehead was. Dusty Rhodes' forehead was just very, very thick with the scar tissue.
Mm-hmm. I rather tag team with New Jack than to get into some, scrapes with New Jack. Yeah. And then Gilbert, he's a legend. So I'm not gonna. I would job to him, but also I would have to get me some offense in.
Yeah. I don't blame you for that one, brother. He would have trouble picking me up because I'm a big guy. So
I would just do it where I get my stuff over a little bit, and then he gets his stuff over.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Lilith Alva Faith said, "I actually have one of your shirts. You signed it as well. My dad got the shirt for me since I was away on vacation." That's awesome, Lilith. I'm glad that you have the shirt. Send me a picture of that shirt. I'd love to see it. I'm sorry, Nasty. Give me a little bit of time. I just have to run through the comments real quick, and then I'll get us caught up. Bernie said SD Jones WWF enhancement from the 80s. So you had it right there. You nailed it. Pinned in 9 seconds by King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 1. Oh, I gotta watch. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna do a marathon of all of the WrestleManias, and I'm gonna review them. I'm gonna do episodes reviewing them. How about that? And then also have Soul Chain Jones, aka Virgil. You weren't joking about that, were you, Leroy?
I know my wrestling.
You damn right, brother. You know your wrestling. And hey, we're wrestling. This is what we are. We're wrestling. Mm-hmm. We're wrestling guys, man. That's what we're about.
That's what I do,
Are you still cool? Okay, so I do a show called Went for a Walk, Got Lost. And we actually just hike in the woods, and then we watch the video. We just check out things, and we check out, the nature and things like that. Are you cool with that, other than the ghost hunting thing? Because
yeah, I'm cool with that.
All my ghost hunting people have all left me. I've lost all my ghost hunting people. It's only me by myself. So it's going to be us. And it's going to be us in the woods, just going for a walk, talking. No more ghosts then. Are you cool with that? Because next month I'm going to be in town, and we're going to do it then. We're going to do it.
No, there's no bears, no dogs, no nothing like trying to text me.
I hope not, brother. I hope not. But I can't guarantee you anything. I cannot guarantee you anything, for sure.
I'm going to be running. So.
If we see one, I will be too. Anyway, man, I'm gonna hop off here because I gotta get ready for bed, brother. I'm gonna hop off here, but it was good talking to you, Leroy. Hey, let's chit chat tomorrow so we can catch up a little bit more.
Oh, no doubt.
Is that good, brother?
Yeah, it's good. Well, awesome. Let me know what time.
Awesome. So. I'll hit you up on the DMs, brother.
Okay.
That sounds good, man. I'll talk to you later. Cool.
Right.
Peace out, brother. All right, so we just ended our little extra tidbit with old Nasty Leroy. I figured I would add. I don't know. That was an experiment that just happened because it was on Instagram, and he was offering for him. He was asking to be on to the live feed, and I was like, all right, well, we'll do it. Let's do it. So I clicked him on, and his audio started coming through. Once his audio started coming through, I felt like I had to figure it out. So hopefully that was good. Hopefully you could hear everything, and everything was like everything kind of made sense as we were going. But we'll see. That was an interesting one. I wasn't expecting all of that. Ghost hunting, that sounds fun. That is fun, and we're going to be going ghost hunting eventually soon. I can't wait for it. It's only going to be me, though. It'll be me going ghost hunting, and I'll hopefully have Ralph back me up. But if not, I have to find me a new cameraman. So it's going to be complicated. It's going to be tough. But either way, I've been wanting to do this ghost. I've been wanting to ghost hunt. I've been wanting to go ghost hunting for so damn long. It's ridiculous. But anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here. We had a nice long episode today. I'll see you guys Monday. This is all I have for today. I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna go to bed because now it's starting to get late. I'm starting to get tired. I don't drink very often, so you guys know how that is. It makes you want to sleep. So I hope you guys have a great night. I love you. This was a blast. It's 3 a.m. in the morning for me. Going to sleep. I hope everyone has a great night. Yes, Mahoney Games, have a good night, brother or sister. Lori, have a good night. Laura, have a good night. I can't pay much attention. Trying to write client notes. Good night. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Good night. We'll see you all Monday. This was a fun episode of the Friday night. I was going to say Friday Night Try, but you guys know how it is. You all have a good night. Subscribe. Blah, blah.